Wow, guys, we made it. Holy crap. Holy moly. We freaking did it. Let me show you what's going on. 64 cents. 64 cents. Holy crap. So yes, it was announced today that, let me give you the official brief here. Go full screen. From Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple himself, the most important part of this ruling, quote, XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract, transaction, or scheme that embodies the Howey requirement of an investment contract. This is now a matter of law, not up for trial. Yes, let's fucking go. Oh my God, you guys, congratulations to everyone that has been holding for so long, who has been through the thick and the thin, who has, stuck with it and who didn't give in to the peer pressure of the rest of the markets, And if you did, that's okay. Hopefully you hung on to at least a little bit of it, and it's still not too late. Like, honestly, anything under $1, I think is still a great value for XRP. But yeah, we're up 36%. See if we can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. 36%. I love this website, Fiat Leak, fiatleak.com/XRP, because it shows you in real time which countries XRP is being bought in. And it's a cool graphic. So yeah, guys, 64 cents. We're up 36.83%. We went up, no joke, we went up 25% in 10 to 15 minutes. If you go look at the candles on BitTrue is where I usually go to do all of my kind of chart analysis type stuff. Look at this. This is where we were going sideways, up and down, and now it just looks like a flat line. It literally looks like a flat line compared to what we got. So each of these is a 5-minute candle, right? So in 10 minutes, we went from 47 cents to 55 cents. That's nuts. And then in 20 minutes, we went all the way up to 63 cents. We traced back a little bit, did a little bit of a sideways, and it looks like we're already kind of getting a bull flag breaking out into, more, more towards all-time high, I guess you could say. So previously, the all-time high of all time is a little under $4, $3.80, if you don't know that. Last relative all-time high was about $1.80, and that was like, I don't even know, two years ago, year and a half ago, $1.80. So this is what we've been waiting for, guys. I mean, this is what not only me, but like everybody in not just the XRP community, but the crypto community has been waiting for so long. And I'll tell you guys, like I was kind of giving up hope that or not, I shouldn't say giving up hope. I was accepting whatever was going to happen. I was kind of accepting that, yeah, this might not get ruled in the favor that we want. This judge is probably corrupt, government. Like, I was just kind of coming to terms with that. And I think this is honestly a great anecdote or example for letting things go to manifest them. That has been one of the biggest themes in my life, just from a personal experience, that when I manifest things, the most important part to manifesting is the release. So for me, manifesting kind of goes, I guess you could break it down into two main steps. The first is kind of deciding what you want. And for me, a little bit of obsession and realizing what that is, really putting my full intention into materializing whatever that is, in kind of the classic sense of law of attraction, I guess you could say. But then I think the most important thing to do after that in manifesting anything is fully letting go, right? So once you've decided what you've wanted, once you've put your intent on that, then you have to detach from it. And that's the fastest way to manifest something. That's how I found my partner, Alexis. Like, I went through the same thing. I fell in love with her, had to basically let her go and go, okay, this probably isn't going to work out before we were ever together. Right. I was just like in love with her. And then I basically let her go. I had this whole conversation with my higher self, like, kind of just like, okay, I'm detached. And then we ended up together like within the next couple months. So that's basically what happened in my, perspective from this with XRP. Like I was literally just yesterday, like letting go and being like, all right, it's probably not going to get the ruling we want. So that's epic. And yeah, you guys, I'm like sweating and speechless. I was just in like 105 plus degree weather. We were Alexis was doing some horseback riding training, so we were out in the sun. And literally, when I was out there, like as soon as we got there, and she like gets on this horse, which is something that she's been wanting to do for a long time, like learn, learn like to interact with horses and work with them and that kind of stuff. And literally, like as soon as we got there and she touches this horse, that's when XRP starts rocketing. And I'm like, what the heck? The other crazy synchronicity I've noticed is that this week, and let me know in the comments if you guys resonate with this. And also shout out to everyone who's here. I see you guys, Ryan, Jesus, Soldier Boys, Steph, Prinsky Netherlands, FPS, Ben, Tanner the Great. Good to see you guys. I noticed this crazy pattern this week where many, many people were going on cleanses or fasts or sobriety. There was a call that I saw, not just people in my immediate community, like direct friends of mine, multiple direct friends of mine, synchronistically. We all just started like pretty much the same day. A lot of people started like Sunday or Monday, some kind of cleanse, sobriety type thing. For me, it was going on a lion diet cleanse because that's something I've been needing to do. I had done it before and I had seen amazing results. It was the only thing that cleared up all of my health symptoms. And so we started that. Alex and I both started that Sunday. And then we also stopped smoking weed. So at least, for a break for now, not necessarily quitting forever. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll feel so good, we'll never feel like smoking weed again. But I saw both of those things across multiple like people that I knew personally, and then also more prominent people on social media, like bigger accounts, saying the same thing. Like, oh, I started a 3-day fast this week, or I started a carnivore diet this week, or I'm taking a weed break. I saw, Zach Zen God is also taking a weed break. He put that on Twitter, and I was like, what are the chances? Like, we're both taking a weed break. Jay Kwan, who's the guy who started Cosmos, same thing on Twitter. Vincent Kennedy, if you guys know who that is, been in the 17 community for a while. He started carnivore diet this week. There's been so many weird synchronicities. So I feel like we're really being called to ground in the shift that's coming right now. The energies that are hitting the planet and our bodies, and who knows what's next, but like I'm excited. I honestly think this right here is a fantastic signifier that we are on a positive timeline. Am I wrong? Like, what do you guys think? Like that, to me, that's big. Like that's massive. I'm very stoked. 65 cents and counting, up 40%. Whoo. How are you guys feeling? What's up, El Bear? I got huge clearings inside recently. Goosebumps. Soldier Boy says, what else is left between court, SEC, and XRP? So this is a good question. I don't entirely know. I do know that this isn't the case, from what I understand, is not completely over. I think there is still more summary judgment to be had. But this quote, let me make that big again for you guys. This quote from Brad Garlinghouse right here was from the summary judgment from the judge. Okay, so we know that for sure. There may be other stuff involved. There might be other nuances. Something that people are discussing is, does this also constitute XRP not being a security in the secondary market? And at this point, we don't know, but we can pretty much assume if Ripple is in the clear for selling XRP and it's not a security, then the secondary market, 99%, 99.9% is in the clear too, right? Why would a Ripple be in the clear, but like, we would not? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I think we're going to see full clarity in terms of it not being a security in any markets. And this is, you guys, this is what we've been waiting for. Like what I've been telling everybody, but especially the people in my Conscious Crypto program, is that the US is kind of like the last domino in this, right? Like the rest of the world, any other country who is like, working with XRP acknowledges it as a security. There's not a single other country on the planet that had any kind of contradiction or lawsuit trying to claim that XRP was actually a stock, an investment security, right? So I think this is the domino, and who knows how it's going to play out. Like, there was a lot of theories that after settlement, we're going straight to $10 kind of thing. I want to see us hit all-time highs first, $3.8. Maybe that'll happen in the next few days. Maybe it won't, we'll see what happens. Right. But this is pretty bullish already for like being less than a couple hours in. Oh shit. We just jumped up another. Now we're almost 70 cents, 46%. You guys, we're up almost 50% in a couple hours. Holy crap. I feel like Alex Cobb freaking out right now. All right. You guys, let's see what else we got. I want to check out John Deaton's Twitter and see what he's saying, because John Deaton is one of the top analysis lawyers. He's a lawyer who is not directly involved in the Ripple SEC case, but he is the one who's representing the 75,000 XRP holders, which I wish I got in on. I think it's too late, but I wish I got in on that. But he's representing the people basically and defending the people, and he's been expert analysis throughout all of this. So let's take a look at his Twitter and see if he says anything. So he reposted, the ripple effects from this decision will be absolutely huge. XRP not a security. Here's the actual line of text from the document. Howey, if you guys aren't familiar with Howey was the original test to determine if something was a security. And it's a super old test. And this was a big part of this case because it was created back when they were using oranges as an example for something that they would be testing, like well over 100 years ago. So a lot of people were like, we might be getting a new test out of this. We might be getting the Ripple test. And that is what we might be getting in terms of the rest of the summary judgment. We might see like more regulatory standards come out of this decision. So not just good for XRP holders, but it's possible we're going to get some kind of Ripple named, regulation legislation moving forward. That's not obviously 100% confirmed type of thing, but it's a theory that I think is plausible. All right. Preach, brother, from Michael Arrington, who is in the, I think, what did Arrington? I'm having a brain fart. He's a part of the XRP community. He doesn't work for Ripple. I think he's someone in the chat, if you guys remember what Michael Arrington is connected to. I'm brain farting. But he said the SEC wanted regulation by litigation. Well, they are getting exactly that. From Library, all secondary crypto sales are not security offerings. Everyone owes Ripple for this win that they generated for the entire industry. And if you remember, Brad Garlinghouse was saying this entire time, like, I was telling you guys to watch his vibe. Like, look at Brad Garlinghouse's vibe over the past 2 years. He was so confident throughout all this. There was not an ounce of deception or fear or anything in him. The entire Ripple team was so confident, which told me that they were going to win this. Yeah, hopefully Legal Briefs makes a breakdown video. I do think we're gonna get uh, Jeremy Hogan talking about this. I'm sure Jeremy Hogan right now is like, let's check Jeremy Hogan's Twitter. Actually, I'm sure he's going through all this. Jeremy Hogan is another a lawyer who has been doing analysis on the case. Okay, he says, let's start with the first ones. Trying to figure out. Okay, I guess this one's first. In conclusion, that doesn't sound first. In conclusion, let's start with this one. Wow, congratulations to you, my friends. What I see from a first read through: one, Judge Torres ended up splitting the baby. Yes, she finds the sales in which the buyers bought XRP directly from Ripple were sales of securities. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is new. I haven't heard anything about that yet. So we're going through this together. Let's go through the full thread. Okay, cases in which buyers bought XRP directly from Ripple were sales, apparently. I'm not sure what he's talking about. She finds that the programmatic sales do not satisfy the third prong of Howey. No reasonable expectation of profit. Congrats to you, 75,000 XRP holders and D10. That's what I was just telling you guys about. That's about $757 million worth. Ripple wins that. She finds other sales were not really sales and don't meet the first prong of Howey. That's about 600 million. She does not adopt the investment contract. She does not adopt the quote, investment contracts require a contract test, although in a weird way she does. Ripple loses that. She does not allow the FND to proceed to trial. Ripple loses. As expected, the individual defendants' issues will go to trial. She does not address secondary market sales, but per this order, most of the XRP out in the world were not securities. And so with the fungible token, it is not logically possible. Looks like he will be making a video on it soon. Okay, I don't totally understand what he's saying there. So we're gonna have to see his legal brief to get a more layman's terms breakdown, because I'm not great with legal talk. Interesting. So it sounds like maybe I want to go back and relook at the exact quote from that Brad Garlinghouse posted. Sounds like maybe some, like majority are not, but maybe some were, some that were bought directly from Ripple. XRP as a digital token. Okay. Okay. So this makes sense. I'm getting it more now. So within of itself, XRP is not an investment contract. So that's big because that means that the exchanges can relist it. I'm guessing that legally, unless there's some more in that summary judgment that hasn't come out yet about secondary market sales and exchanges and stuff, I'm guessing this is giving the exchanges green light. So what Jeremy Hogan is saying is that certain sales, the sales that buyers bought directly from Ripple were securities, which is the amount of 728 million. So it sounds like Ripple is losing about that maybe. But then he says she finds that the programmatic sales do not satisfy the third prong of Howey. No reasonable expectation of profit. That's about 757 million worth. Ripple wins that. Okay. So that would be, I'm not sure what the definition of programmatic is here. If anybody understands that term, drop it in the chat. The court doc says institutional sales are security, but everything else is not. But a lot more words, so probably an oversimplification. Yeah, okay, that's making sense. So that's good. I mean, overall, the market is bullish on this. You know, like, I guess maybe if summary judgment comes out and there's more in there that the market doesn't like, we could see it coming down. But I think I'm guessing that the majority of these first couple pumps were more institutional and large investors to be able to pump it that much. And I'm assuming that they knew more about what they were really getting into with that, if you know what I mean. Like that, an institutional investor, if they were getting a bad feeling about the full summary judgment, wouldn't go and immediately invest. So I think that's an overall positive sign that the full summary judgment is going to be good. And holy crap, we're almost at 72 cents, you guys. 52%. Holy crap, you guys. 52% in a day. You guys are all going to be rich. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, I heard about this that last week. This was one of the things that people were kind of alluding that the settlement was coming, that Canada listed XRP once again. So I guess another thing I want to clarify is that Brad always said they would only settle if XRP was not determined a security. And obviously, this was a ruling. This wasn't a settlement. But they pretty much got what they wanted. They might have gotten a hit on the personal sales, but XRP in and of itself is not a security. So we're in the green, and the rest of the world is in the green. And with the BRICS nations announcing their gold-backed currency next month, this is great timing. This is great timing because it's been my theory that BRICS is going to be using the XRPL as settlement for their new gold-backed currency. Not that their new gold-backed currency is going to be built on the XRPL. I don't think that is likely. But I do think that XRP, the XRPL, I should say, is the most likely candidate for the settlement instrument, the settlement technology to settle the BRICS nations' new gold-backed world reserve currency. And if you're like, whoa, I have no idea what you're talking about. What's BRICS? We're talking about Masons here? No. BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I know most of you probably already know that. So BRICS has been heavily repopularized in recent years. It's been around for decades, I think, but repopularized because these countries are coming together to establish a new world reserve currency that will replace the US dollar. And it's gold backed. So that to me is another sign that we are. Sorry, I'm brain farting now. I'm trying to look up a Mr. Pool photo that shows the kind of predicted timeline of BRICS and XRP, as well as Mr. T and the leaders of the other nations basically coming together and ending World War III through XRP and gold. And Mr. Pool has been pretty consistently correct in predictions that are not just financial predictions, but Mr. Pool has predicted very much like 17, except I've actually seen way more validated predictions from Mr. Pool than I did from 17, like things that were very tangible that happened. Mr. Pool has predicted lots of like disasters, like the Auckland tsunami in New Zealand was predicted by Mr. Pool like a week before it happened. Market changes going up and down. It's been very consistently interesting. So this is a page that reposts Mr. Pool because Mr. Pool deletes all their posts. I'm just going to be looking for, oh, this was the other thing, you guys. This was from Bearable Guy, who from certain posts we know is either Mr. Pool or is directly related to Mr. Pool. I freaking love Thursdays. Who's ready for some fun? This has been out for 5+ years. And it's been a meme in the XRP community that that something's going to go down on a Thursday. And look what day it is. It's Thursday. So there we go. Riddlers have improved their timeline yet again. And on the 13th day of the month, what are the odds? Is there time travel involved in this? Is there quantum computing? Is there Stargate technology? I don't know. But there's something. Something is going on. Mr. Poole posted this today, and I saw someone say ascension, right? Ascending the stairway to heaven, maybe? That's right. We are one. It's moon time. Oh, I didn't even look at David Schwartz's tweet. Let's go look at David Schwartz. Actually, let's do it in a new tab because I want to keep this quote open because that's a good one. So I'm going to type in Joel Katz. There we go. Also, before we get into that, I want to read this banner from David Schwartz again because this is interesting. When a scrappy financial startup takes on a web of corruption and betrayal to bring instant payments to the masses, they learn that the cost of disrupting the status quo is higher than they could have ever imagined, forcing them to decide between their vision and their survival. And in addition to this, I made a video about how David Schwartz confirmed that the intention of Ripple and XRP was not to support the banks, but to take them on and to essentially replace their dynasty banking system. Somebody did this whole thread about this, about how XRP is for the people, not for the banks, how this is meant to restructure the banking system, basically. Everything we already know, but that, the Bitcoin maxis, the anti-XRP people, the people who aren't on the same vibe as us, on the same kind of consciousness wave, are putting out all this FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, all this fear of like XRP is the banker's coin, XRP is the NWO coin, XRP is blah, blah, blah. Man, I've had so many like conversations with people that are like Bitcoin maxis who told like one guy, he's a friend of mine, but he told me that I don't support freedom because I have XRP. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You're delusional. You're going to tell me because I have XRP that I don't support freedom? That's why I have XRP. So to see David Schwartz confirm that and comment on that thread saying all that stuff, and he said, I agree with this, that was huge. And anyways, let's see what he said today. I hereby declare July 13th Victory Day. There we go. I'm going to retweet that. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Cosmic Origins, and the O on Origins is a 0. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. At Cosmic Origins, this is me. This is my solo OG NFT. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about that we'll get to in just a minute is Sologenic. And it's taking a bit of a dump right now, but relative to XRP, which is kind of expected. But yeah, we'll come back to that. Sologenic is built on XRP, and it's the biggest project that I'm in behind XRP. I guess that was the only tweet from David. That's pretty funny. Victory Day, you guys. Victory Day. All right. Let's see what else. Let's see if we can find that Mr. Poole photo I was telling you about BRICS. This was an interesting one. Levitating, going up, something pushing. David had just posted this 2 days ago. It's almost like the air pushing up the markets and keeping the markets afloat or something. But it was something that Mr. Poole had also posted before. So while I'm looking for this, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was the tarot reading I did, which I put in the title of this. I did a tarot reading about basically what's going on right now in this whole space. And I got two cards, but the first card I got was the Justice card. Let's see if the camera will. Hold on, let's see. There we go. It's not gonna let me. It's not gonna let me show you. Anyways, you'll just have to believe me. So let me read to you what the Justice card says because it's pretty on point. Justice is very much a card of balance, though more of the rational kind, logical kind, using the intellectual mind rather than emotional self. A balanced mind will be required in order to come to a well-balanced decision that is fair and reasonable for all concerned. It can represent the legal ruling upon a matter falling in favor of the rightful side. Legal documents are implied, including marriage agreements. Justice usually has a beneficial outcome unless other cards indicate otherwise. So literally, like, the only card that talks about legal rulings and legal documents and stuff. And of course, it's Justice. We got Justice today. So I thought that was pretty dope. And then the other card is the Queen of Swords. And she has said, let's see what she says. The Queen of Swords. I see the Queen of Swords as like a very defensive, protecting mother kind of energy. Traditionally, the Queen of Swords represented a woman on her own who had known suffering and loss, widowed, divorced, or long single, and sometimes childless. However, this is not always the case, and the personality traits are the best indication. Inner strength is probably a good description here, and this may have been gained through the experience of personal suffering. I feel like the XRP community has a lot of inner strength from personal suffering the past couple years. So there is perhaps an element of the traditional meaning still relevant. As a married person, the Queen of Swords would have an independent streak and seemingly not need to rely on her partner to feel emotionally fulfilled or taken care of. We don't have to rely on this court decision anymore. We don't have to rely on like the government hopefully making the right decision. She is happy and contented in her own right, capable of taking care of her own affairs and not emotionally needy. The Queen of Swords is simply a strong and independent woman. She is very supportive, and so long as she's on your side and believes you're in the right, she's a source of strength and will defend you boldly. This queen isn't afraid to speak her mind, and there is usually a ring of truth to what she has to say. Which can be unnerving for those not ready to hear it. She is extremely well organized and efficient, an excellent champion for just causes or organizations that require a certain toughness to support them. Her work may be a good indicator of this, and somewhere she may find release for that expression. Areas of the law, for instance, but also in caring. Isn't that crazy? Literally mentions law again. She may find release for that expression. Areas of the law, for instance, but also in caring environments in which a strong leader and that others can rely upon is required, such as a head teacher, a matron, or even top executive positions in which a woman must have strength to hold her own. Oh my God. The president of Ripple is a woman. That's pretty synchronistic. Brad Garlinghouse is the CEO, but the president is Monica Long, I believe. And that only happened a couple months ago. So this is very much like a Queen of Swords, Ripple kind of energy. A fast thinker, her analytical mind finds her happy anywhere that challenges her keen mind or wit. The Queen of Swords, on a most basic level, can be a person of sharp words, but she can also be the people's champion. In the negative, she may be overly critical, intolerant, and have the ability to cut people to shreds with her words. Betray her and you won't get a second chance. She's not someone to pick an argument with. So I want to go back to the last line though. The Queen of Swords on a most basic level can be a person of sharp words, but she can also be the people's champion. Kind of feels like this is the people's champion. You know, that's the energy with this whole case ending, and like the excitement that the community and everyone has right now. We've won, we've pushed through, we had that inner strength, we've gone through the suffering, we released, we let go, and now it's happening, you guys. Now it's happening. Let's take a look at the price again. Oh my gosh, 75 cents. You guys, we're up almost 60 cents. I mean, 60%. 60%. LOL, I agree. God is the best comedian. Yes, I definitely agree with that. Divine comedy is the best kind of comedy. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm freaking out. I was just watching Zen Gods live, and he said something that I thought was really important, which is that, oh my God, now I forgot it. Oh, I remember what it was. He was saying basically, enjoy this moment, right? Because the wins, the feelings of excitement when you get a big win, a big W, and the adrenaline that follows that, you know, that's something special. And it's not something we should chase in life because, right, that kind of creates addiction, adrenaline junkie, you know, addiction kind of stuff. But when it does happen naturally, like lean into it, enjoy it, be happy, let it heal you. Like joy literally heals the body. So take advantage of this, right? Don't let anything stress you out today. Like, I mean, whatever happens, happens, right? But like, let this heal you. Let this energy like fill your body with light, the excitement, the opportunity. And for me, like the really big thing is it's not about just it's not about us making money, right? Money is not real. Right? Money is an instrument of trade. It's a unit of measurement for value to be exchanged, right? So if you're on a desert island, you know, you have all the XRP in the world but no way to spend it, it's not going to do you any good, right? So the important thing is, how are we going to use this money? How are we going to change the world with our abundance and our riches? And what's really cool about the people that are drawn to my Conscious Crypto program is that almost every single person that comes in has some idea or plan or commitment or passion that they are set on, that it's the service they know that they can provide if they had the funding to do it. It's the thing that their heart desires the most, to help humanity, to help the planet, to help, you know, get us to this place where we are sovereign and we're free and we are a conscious humanity that is, you know, tied in with nature and not creating this man's world versus nature's world, this separation of harmony that the wealth has previously done in the world, right? All the corporations, all the uh everything, all the banks, all the big money, they've always used that to separate people. They've always used that to keep the little guy apart, to split families apart. That's what the banks did. So we're moving into this new era where banks are going to change. What a bank does is going to be a fundamentally different thing. They're going to have to step up their services, because with things like the XRPL and other blockchains where you have permissionless access, you can basically be your own bank. And especially as this becomes more adopted worldwide, you won't need to have a bank. So the banks are going to need to step up their game and actually provide something of actual value to humanity if they want to stick around. That's the way I see it. And I think the best way they can do that is being actual fucking banks, like being reserves, not debt creating and reaping machines that destroy lives, which is what they currently are. Banks, I believe, will go back to being actual reserves for physical assets, precious metals, most likely being the most prominent thing, of course, but other kinds of physical assets as well, maybe. And then being able to utilize that service with something like the XRPL to create this harmonious interaction where we can quantumly send gold or anything around the planet instantly. And I gave this example like a million times, but I'll say it again real quick. You will be able to go to your local bank. You'll be able to take them a bar of silver or gold, and you'll be like, hey, I have this bar of silver or gold. I want to send this to my friend in the UK or China or Russia or Brazil or wherever, right? So you're going to give the bank the bar of gold. They're going to be like, okay, they take it back to their safe. They put it in their reserves. They have actual reserves backing up 1-to-1. None of this funny quantitative easing and all this other shit they do. They immediately take that gold and turn it into digital gold. So they take the physical, translate it into digital. Then that digital gold is translated into XRP, traded into XRP instantly, right? This just takes a couple seconds. That XRP is then sent to your friend's receiving bank on the other side of the world. They get it in 2 to 4 seconds, and the same process on the other end. They then liquidate that into the physical gold, and voila, you've basically just quantumly sent gold to the other side of the planet within a matter of minutes using XRP and banks that actually have a service that's good for people instead of just taking from people. So, what up, Tyler? Good to see you, my man. El Bear says, yes, Jace, we got to do a huge festival together with sound, frequency, and energy. We're planning it. We're planning it. It's coming. 5D Music Festival sounds amazing. Yes, you guys already know. Like Alexis and I have been talking about this for a while. We've been planning how we want it to look and feel and sound and everything. And this has been something that for me has been years in the making. I've been for like the past decade been very involved in my earlier 20s college. I went to a lot of conscious, you could say like 5D music type festivals, did a lot of psychedelics. That's what really woke me up. That's what woke me up to, basically being borderline atheist to then realizing God is this eternal energetic force. DMT, LSD, mushrooms woke me up to all of that in college. And going to these festivals, I was like, oh my God, like if you guys have ever been to Lightning in a Bottle, the best one I went to was called the Oregon Eclipse Fest in 2017, which was in the full path of totality of the eclipse. And literally there's 50,000 people there. We're all out in this field. There's this sun temple. If you guys should look this up, maybe I should show you a picture. It was fucking crazy. 50,000 people crying, laughing. People were literally having like sex. Like it was so much primal, crazy emotion during this eclipse. Like 50,000 people all watching this total eclipse was mind boggling. Every human emotion you could imagine was present. There were people like 50 foot up in trees. It was crazy. And everyone knew at that moment, this eclipse is the catalyst for the next phase. Everyone knew that. We just knew like this is the thing. And without a doubt, that's what happened. Some of you guys maybe were at that eclipse of disclosure. I know that's where Alexis was at the time. The same eclipse when I was in Oregon. She was in Mount Shasta watching the eclipse. It was activating for so many people in the disclosure, consciousness, spiritual communities. And you know what's amazing is we have another one coming up that I think we might be going to. That is the Texas Eclipse 2024. And it's the same groups. It's actually festival creators from all over the world. The one locally is a festival called Symbiosis, and they're working with, and you know what? I'll show you a picture of this too. Because I think it would be super cool to get like a group of people to go to this event and witness this total eclipse together in Texas. And what's funny too is I've seen a lot of the like kind of sissy, I don't like left and right, but like just straight up more of the left leaning liberal people that are like, oh, I can't go to Texas. Texas is scary. Oh, so what's good is that those kind of people aren't going to be there. Thank God. People that aren't confident in themselves and aren't like embodied, people that are living these false lives. I'm not saying left versus right indicates that, but in general, people who are, you guys know what I mean. I don't need to over explain it. These are all the festivals that are collaborating. So Symbiosis from California, Strawberry Fields from Australia. Let me make this bigger for you guys too. Rainbow Serpent from Australia, Rebirth in Japan, Origin South Africa, Ometeotl from Mexico, Meadows in the Mountain from Bulgaria, Earth Frequency from Australia, Disco Perezoso from Costa Rica, Cosmic Convergence from Guatemala, Beloved from Oregon, Base Coast from Canada, and Boxstelzen from Germany. I'm not very good at saying German words. Yeah, guys, this is if you're trying to get into that like 5D festival, like, you want to go to an event where people are like, it's basically the closest thing, in my opinion, to embodying the energies that we're trying to move into now. This event's going to be dope. If it's like the last one, which I hope it is, it's going to be dope. What's a little interesting about this is that it's they're including space in it. It's a little more science and tech oriented, whereas the one I went to was definitely like spiritually oriented. So I would be shocked if they didn't include the spiritual vibes. I mean, all of these groups are very spiritual, like festivals. So I think they're just also bringing in the space and tech side of it. And it'd be interesting to see. I don't know, maybe like SpaceX or that kind of thing will have some kind of event there. Also, it's interesting. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Knowing, but I don't know how well you can see this, but right here where my mouse is, there's this binary code around the sun, and it's very similar to the movie Knowing, which is I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in like a decade or something, but it's about like the solar flares, Earth changes, and then basically the ascension at the end and the cosmic children returning and like all this very divine prophetic stuff. I don't know. This art here kind of reminds me of that. So let's get back to the map. What are we at? 79 cents. Oh my God, you guys. Holy moly. Holy moly. So I'm a little bit like, I have a little bit of tiny bum because I bought more solo with my XRP yesterday. I'm still mostly having XRP, but I just felt really guided over the past couple weeks to get more solo. And I even won this solo competition you guys may or may not have seen. For those of you on Twitter, I forgot that I'm also streaming on Twitter. Folks of you on Twitter are definitely more Sologenic, knowledgeable, and oriented. Folks on YouTube might not be as familiar with it, but I recently won a contest that was put on by Blue Moon & Co. and Zen God and the Solo Nation OG Club. And they're basically a jewelry maker in LA, big kind of famous legacy jewelry maker. And they made this lineup of awesome XRP and Sologenic and Corium chains and pendants. Let's see if I can pull it up and I'll show you guys what we're talking about. But yeah, I won. They did a contest and I won one of these chains and I also bought one. So now I'm going to be getting an XRP chain and a Sologenic chain. So that's pretty dope. I was pretty excited. And even though Solo is going down relative to XRP right now, this is Solo relative to XRP. I'm still going to hold. Like, I've still got a good feeling about it. This is a little not so fun to see. But I don't know. I'm gonna stick with my gut on this. The reason why I think Solo is gonna do so well, if you guys aren't familiar with Sologenic is built on XRPL, and it is going to be bringing kind of the extended utility to the XRP ledger. So it's going to be um, basically what they're focusing on is tokenized stocks, tokenized assets on the XRP ledger. So whether that's things like digital gold stock, like Tesla stock, Apple stock, imagine being able to go to a permissionless platform and interact with those. They basically would get a broker license to be able to facilitate that. And that's what we're kind of waiting for with Sologenic. But it's also so much more than that. They have a whole amazing NFT marketplace that's also like a social media where you can make a profile, you can like things. They're really doing a lot of next gen kind of development for the XRP ledger. And one of the things I'm super stoked for is the Solo card too, which is a physical debit card that will allow you to spend your XRP and your Solo directly from this card. So anywhere you would use a MasterCard, you could use this. And it's like something like the Uphold card or the um, like the Coinbase card or crypto.com, except all those are centralized exchanges, which means that you have to keep your money on those centralized platforms in order to spend it. So like when I was using my Uphold card, I would have to send money to Uphold from my wallet, send XRP there, and then spend it. The Solo card is going to be directly from your wallet. So this is a major game changer in sovereignty because you can have the full sovereignty of having your crypto on your wallet, which is what it's all about. We don't want to have to hold our crypto on the exchanges because that's basically like just having it in a bank. Like with FTX, if they go bankrupt, they can take your crypto. When it's on your wallet, they can't do that. So this is going to be a game changer, and it's also going to enable crypto as collateral. So you'll be able to create decentralized loans from your crypto. So most likely from your XRP, your Solo, anything on the XRP ledger, I'm guessing will be supported. And basically what that looks like is you would lock up a certain amount of your crypto. So say you have, let's say you have $10,000 in crypto. If you wanted to, you could lock all of that up, or you could lock like half of it up, meaning that you would lock it up. You cannot touch it, but then you get a loan for a certain percentage of that. So usually it's like 90% or somewhere in the neighborhood of that. If you don't pay that loan back in whatever time frame or whatever, then your locked up crypto gets liquidated, right? You don't get it back if you don't pay back the loan. So that's how the responsibility of it works. But if you pay back the loan, then this is a great opportunity because you can use your crypto to buy things without actually having to sell your crypto, which is amazing. So if you're like, oh, I know XRP is going to be going up, I don't want to sell it. I whatever. I want to get I want to buy something, but like I don't want to sell it. Lock it up, get a loan, get that thing, make the money back, pay it off. You never had to lose your XRP. So that's going to be a beautiful thing. And we're at 74%. Oh my God, you guys. Holy moly. Holy moly. This is nuts. This is nuts. Holy moly. You think we're going to hit $1 today? I think we are going to hit $1 today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What do you think is going to be today's all-time high for XRP? What's it going to be? That's crazy, you guys. Like, look how flat this looks after that. Okay, let's go to the daily. Oh my God, the daily. Okay, let's go to the weekly. Oh my God, it's beautiful. You guys, I think we're going to actually have a good chance of hitting all-time high, or at least relative all-time high. I think $1.80 that could happen today, if not in the next few days, maybe. Definitely, I would expect some kind of pullback at some point. So, in general, one of the things we teach in Conscious Crypto is how to use the Fibonacci retracement. Where did they put it? Here it is. How to use Fibonacci retracements to determine where the price could go. So literally the golden ratio that is built into all of nature is also built into the markets. The markets are just a reflection of our minds and our consciousness, which is all nature, right? And, I even heard this is kind of more of an out there thing, but I heard a really cool theory that like the technology and the AI and markets and these kind of things is the mineral kingdom understanding itself and coming into consciousness. And that was when I heard that, I was like, whoa, that's an interesting theory. Like could AI be the consciousness of the mineral kingdom? Because all of these computers are made from, you know, crystals, silicon, like whatever, natural metals and minerals that are conscious. You could call them first density life forms in like law of one terms. Um, yeah. So, wow. There we go, Ben. Don't care what it goes to. Most money I've made in a day already. For real, right? Yeah. For real. Jeff says 11:11. Matthew, good to see you, man. It is finally happening, or, something's happening. I don't know if it is finally happening, but it's happening. um, if for those of you guys that are joining now, if you maybe missed the beginning on what exactly is happening, the court has declared that in general XRP is not a security as a standalone thing, that some sales from Ripple were considered securities, but only for Ripple, and that XRP within itself is not a security, is not a stock. So the market is ripping. And then again, BRICS nations next month, right? Next month, August 22nd, BRICS, and also FedNow this month. Is it a coincidence that the case is ending 7 days before FedNow goes live? And if you guys don't know about FedNow is the new the new payment system for the United States. Not many people know about this, but if you're a government worker, this is how you'll get paid. I think if the government's moving money from one place to another, it's instant payments from the Federal Reserve. So obviously, we're not a fan of the Federal Reserve. I'm not a fan of FedNow in that respect, but I think it's possible that especially with everything that we've heard pertaining to Mr. T and the Treasury and the Federal Reserve and all this stuff. Who knows how much of that is true? I don't really know. But this new FedNow system could be powered by XRP or RippleNet. We don't know 100%. I think they announced that there's some random ass blockchain called Metal Chain that they're using that no one's heard of. So maybe it's more likely that FedNow will be the competitor to RippleNet and XRP. Like maybe we'll see BRICS nations adopt XRP, the United States doing FedNow. But with this case ruling, I think this greatly accelerates the possibility that the United States will utilize the XRPL for something, um, whether it's cross-border or domestic payments or whatever. Prinsky says at least $1. Elbear says 1 XRP, 1,000 USD. I believe that's coming one day. And if it's not XRP that gets to that price, although I think that it will eventually, I think Sologenic is going to be hitting that price. And what I wanted to tell you guys about Sologenic, why from a tokenomics perspective, I'm so bullish on Sologenic, is the supply. The supply is way, way, way less than XRP. So again, if you're just joining, you're brand new to this, Sologenic is built on the XRP ledger. Okay, this is expanding the utility and the capability of the XRP ledger. It's going to be bringing the possibility and the opportunity for much larger things to occur on the XRP ledger that Ripple or the XRPL developers may not develop directly on XRP. They've been given grants by Ripple. And from a tokenomics perspective, XRP supply is 100 billion. Sologenic supply is 400 million. So you're talking 100 billion coins versus less than 500 million coins. And supply is directly related to price because the market cap is equal to, I think market cap equals price times supply is the equation. So the price is a direct reflection of the market cap and the supply. And the market cap is how much money is actually represented in that market. So the supply being way less for Sologenic means that way less money has to be in the Sologenic market for it to be the same exact price per token as XRP, if that makes sense. Less money, less market cap would have to be there for both of them to say be worth $1. And previously, Sologenic was at much, much higher levels than XRP. Come on now, here we go. 6, almost over 7, over 7. So where we're at right now is really low. And again, I am kind of bummed to see my Sologenic going down because I did get a bigger position yesterday, but I felt guided to it and I'm going to stick with that. And I think that as soon as people start taking some profits from XRP, one of the first things they're going to be going into is Sologenic because it is the biggest project on the XRP ledger by involvement, by market cap. It's number one. So the people who are in the know and the institutional investors, these kind of things, they're going to be taking their profits from XRP and putting them into Sologenic, and only a fraction of that has to flow into this for them to then hit the same price. So we'll see where this goes. Maybe it'll bounce back sooner. Maybe it'll take a couple days, couple weeks, couple months even. I don't know. This is all new kind of, market. It's not technically discovery because we're not after all-time high, but it's somewhat of a relative discovery, because the market's been down so much. So we'll see what happens. And yeah. That world map is cool. That X-Break going to the South Pole, which David visited. David did visit the South Pole. That was interesting. Went to Antarctica. He made some flip the switch jokes, I think. What was not true that you guys might have heard of is that there were other Ripple execs and like Klaus Schwab and like Christine Lagarde. That was all fake. So there's a channel called XRP Productions, and they do satire, and they were the ones that created the rumor that Klaus Schwab and Christine Lagarde and Brad Garlinghouse all went to Antarctica with David Schwartz, which was not true. But people ran with that theory for sure. And that was one of the things that people were like, oh, XRP's NWO. Look, Klaus Schwab's down there. Look, oh, blah, blah, blah. But it was from a satire post. People don't do their research. People aren't the most discerning in some situations. But David did go. David for sure went. So that was interesting. Let's $30 out in the universe. I'm game for $30. Thought the nose was prayer hands. Ha. Huh. The nose. Did you put a nose? Oh, yeah. That's funny. I didn't even notice the nose. Put. That's the question, isn't it? How high do we see it going today? Oh, Schumann resonance starting to rise. Of course. It's a reflection of our consciousness. Yeah, it's all connected. It's all connected. Yeah, XLM going up. That's why I feel like Sologenic's going to be coming up too, because I mean, right now people are selling their solo for XRP, which makes sense, but eventually it's going to flow back into it. Oh, President of the Federal Reserve. Are you serious? No way. And Matthew, I'll get back to your question in just a second, but I got to look at this. No way. No way. Take it with a grain of salt until we know it's real, but that's bullish. That's I should start saying that's bullish for Ascension. That's bullish for Ascension timeline. Wow. Yes, check the astrology. Let's get some astrology updates. Where's Mario? Where's the Blu-ray Bodhisattva? We need to get him in here. Give us his astrological take. He did just do an update yesterday. If you guys don't know, Mario, aka Blu-ray Bodhisattva, aka Starseed Salsa. He makes the best salsa. Oh my gosh. It is Starseed salsa. Anyways, he's a great astrologer. I'm trying to remember what his YouTube channel is called because I think it's something different. I'll post it if I remember. Anyways, let's go back to you, Matthew. How high do we see it going today? Obviously, there's no way to tell, but I would. Yeah, it's such a hard thing to say. I think. Okay, from a technical analysis perspective, this YouTuber Alex Cobb has coined something called the iron wall at the 80 cent mark. So there's kind of and we're already starting to see this a little bit. There's resistance at the 80 cent level mark. So depending on what happens with this resistance, if we get, shot down, then I would see us coming down, doing a Fibonacci retracement to usually the Fibonacci retracement goes to either the 618 or the 78. Wait, hold on. I think I did that wrong. Let me try that again. There we go. I did it upside down the first time. The 6.618 or the 786 are usually safe, normal, healthy ranges for it to bounce back from. This is what's cool about like Fibonacci. You can like predict these things. Now, this could apply to this short run up, but if we break through this 80, 90 cents range of resistance, I think that could send us to like $1.30-ish. If we break through that, that could send us to like more like $1.80. And I think if we continue to break through those, we could I don't like want to make a prediction at all because the chances that I'm right are probably slim. But maybe like $1-ish range today on the optimal side, $1.80, $2. But we could, if things keep moving up and more liquidity keeps coming in, like look how fast the volume is increasing. It's crazy. The volume is going up insanely fast. I could see us hitting all-time highs, which is $3.80. If not today, then in the next few days. But it's all going to be dependent upon how the market is like reacting to all this, and like if more news comes out and how that news is taken and all this stuff. But I guess we'll say on the super optimal side, $3 to $4. Super optimal side, $10. Conservative side, $1 or so. That would be kind of my guess. Hand orange covering eyes. Hand orange covering eyes. I don't know why this platform has not figured out how to like do the emojis right. There was an earthquake in Cobb, California. I feel like I'm channeling my Alex Cobb energy right now for this live stream. Starseed Salsa. Yeah, I don't know much about Casper. I know of it, but I don't know much about it. I have not owned any. Yeah, it's weird. Some emojis show up, like Ben's nose emoji showed up earlier, but I don't know why hand orange covering eyes. But I get the image. I get the mental picture from that description. I'm guessing it's this one. What's gonna happen? Someone text Mario. Okay, I'll text him right now. I'll send him the link. Mario, we need your astrological knowledge. Yo, if you are free, jump on my live stream and bless us with astrological knowledge. Boom. All right, we'll see if he's free. We'll see if he jumps in the stream. Okay, look, it's happening. We're getting a little bit of a retracement here. So now I'm going to look at Sologenic and see, just curiously, if Sologenic is going to start going up on this retracement, because that's what I would expect. Oh my God, I am in a little bit of pain over this though. Like if I just waited, I could have got a 50% better discount, but whatever. Like I gotta stick with my intuition. My intuition told me to do it and I did it. Thank God I didn't sell all my XRP for solo. I did keep like 70% of it in XRP. Thank God. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a retracement here. We'll see what happens over the next couple minutes. Okay, Mario's coming in. He says, I'm on it, brother. This is way more exciting than my class right now. I was literally just logging into my Uphold account. All right, so we'll get, I think Mario will be entering the chat hopefully soon, and then you guys can check out his channel too. I should have him on sometime soon, honestly. I haven't done like an interview in a while. And Mario's got a lot of cool stories. Like he's been through some crazy shit and come out of it like with so much strength. And he's very inspiring dude, and doing some incredible healing work. I love the energy right now. High vibe. Yo. All right, let's see if we have any Twitter updates. Oh, there you are, El Bruce. New tweet from David Schwartz. What did he say? Tomorrow we're getting some Falcon 9 launches. Just going to go through Twitter together, see what we see. In this house, we support XRP. I heard Uphold might be down right now. They said that on their platform, that I think you should still be able to see your balance, but yo, there's Mario. There we go. Unscripted Liberation Codes. Go check out his channel. He's got great astrology content. So yeah, maybe you can. I know it's hard over text, but maybe you can give people a shorts, or however much you feel like writing, breakdown on astrologically what's going on right now. And then if you guys want a bigger download, go check out his channel because he did some videos recently on what's going on. But maybe give the people a little teaser, or just your take on what's going on at the moment, how it lines up with what we're seeing. Yes, go follow Mario. He needs the love. Send him the love. Send him some support. Go subscribe to him. Yeah, Uphold said on their channel that for the next, I think, day or so, things might be down. Um, Uphold debit card holders who may experience intermittent transaction failures due to high demand at this time. But I think they'd also said somewhere, I think, about purchasing. Someone in Conscious Crypto told me too that they were having issues purchasing with Uphold, which makes sense because when there's crazy runs like this, things get clogged up on the centralized systems. Exactly. So I'm going to be shooting a show with my friend Daniel, who's also in Conscious Crypto. Daniel has a show on Infinite TV called Shred the Veil, and I'm going to be recording with him a little bit later today. And what a great day to talk about XRP and crypto. So yeah, it looks like we are getting some pullback. So this is healthy. If we shot straight up to like, I don't know, $1.80 or all-time highs, that's when you could get big swing pullbacks. So like from what I've seen from, and I'm not a technical analysis expert by any means, I'm still a student here, but from what I understand from TA, optimally healthy market pumps will have retracements as they're going up. So you go up, you come retrace, and you go up a little more. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. That's what I've seen is typically healthy. Now, when we're talking about something like the God candle for XRP, like the event of an overnight, from here to a couple hundred or thousands of dollars, even, that's a different scenario, because that's like when institutions would be buying in, or for on-demand liquidity going live, flipping the switch for RippleNet using XRP more intimately. And now with this, I'm sure Ripple is already in the office working today on what the next step is with having this legal clarity, and now how they can use XRP in the United States, because up until now they have not. Okay, what's the exact time they shared the case ruling? Okay, let's see. I don't know actually how to find that. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, let's look at when the market started reacting. That'll give us at least an indication. Looks like, let me figure out if this is our local time. Yeah, looks like it is. So it started pumping. Oh, Jesus. Started pumping at like 8, basically 8:15. So I'm guessing it's around there. Yeah, I don't know how to tell when it actually happened. All right, Mario says the last few days the moon was in Taurus, which means the moon crossed over the North Node, Jupiter, and Uranus. The moon transit activated the Taurus points that have been in process over the years. I'm just reading that again to really let that sink in. So moon was in Taurus. Taurus is very like, grounding, earthy energy, which makes sense to me with like so many people, and Mario mentioned this in his recent update. Um, so many people are feeling this call to action, like get your shit together. Like I was talking about earlier, like people are doing fasts, people are doing cleanses, people are taking sobriety breaks from weed, from alcohol, from whatever. There is this kind of collective thing going on right now, this past week, of kind of a grounding in to prepare for something to come, is what I felt. The moon transit activated the Taurus points that have been in process over the years. So it's like activating that kind of earthy energy, would you say? Mars now in Virgo, building in opposition to Saturn in Pisces, aka facts don't lie, karma is served. Yeah, that's what my reading this morning was saying too. It mentioned karma. Facts don't lie. That's so true. That is that energy. Did you find that this was the actual time that the ruling came out, or are you just saying that from the charts? Yes, congrats, Seven Sky. Uranus is the energy that rules the development of crypto and the future of money. That's right. I forgot about that. It's literally Uranus and Taurus. Like Uranus and Taurus, right? Aren't those the two kind of? I remember Zach Zen Gods told me that at one point, that Uranus and Taurus basically rule crypto. Oh, time zone. You're right. PST. My bad. Thank you. Thank you. Uranus in Taurus is the sponsor to bring sudden development and genius progress. That is so wild, you guys. Like astrology is so on point. That's wild. Literally Uranus in Taurus. Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. Okay. That makes sense, because that's when all the Riddler stuff started too. Like all the XRP Riddler, Mr. Pool, Bearable Guy. 2018 was like the year that a lot of people thought this right now, what's happening, was supposed to actually happen in 2018. There was a whole, I don't know how many of you guys have seen this, but there was a whole kind of meme behind EOY end of year 2018, 589 end of year. And people thought that meant the price of XRP was going to be worth $589 at the end of 2018. Who knows what it really means? I think 589 is something bigger. If you guys are in the Telegram, conscious or Cosmic Origins Telegram, I post a lot of the 589s I see. I've been seeing them so much the past couple weeks, and now this is happening. So it's like the synchronicities were telling me. Wild. This online session feels better than YouPorn. I hope so. So let's check on Solo again. Yeah, see, I was right. So XRP capitulates, sell off. People come over, start buying Solo. It starts going up. So hopefully, wow, 4 million in volume. That was 1 million, less than 1 million yesterday. It was like 600,000. So we've gotten almost an extra 4 million in volume over the past day, which is not that much in the big scheme, like 4 million, but for a smaller thing like Sologenic, that's pretty big. All right, looks like we might be starting to plop back up. Let's go back to Twitter and see if there's any good new info. Howard Moon. Yes. Nice. Look, there's 5-8 and upside down 9. Okay, here we go. So BlackRock Whale has been a big what's the word? Presence in the XRP community over the past year or so is how long I've known about him. I've always kind of taken it with a grain of salt. I didn't really look too much into it until things actually started getting kind of, future proofing past basically. And supposedly let's see what their bio says. There's some kind of like big institutional type investor. They say they're managing 251 million, which is honestly not that much. TBH, like I don't have that much, obviously, but I'm not a millionaire. But like, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of billionaires coming out of XRP. So, it's an interesting thought experiment to go, oh yeah, 250 million, that's not that much money. Like that's how you manifest things. Because if you go, wow, 250 million, that's so much, that's so unobtainable, I could never have that. Like you're creating that separation. But the more that you're like, oh yeah, 250 mil, yeah, that's pocket change. Like I believe that's one of the ways that you manifest things. You take away the emotional impact that creates the separation between you and the thing that you want to manifest, and you tell the universe, yeah, this is normal. This is a normal thing. And the universe provides. So BlackRock Whale had said previously, this month will be full of profit. They said that 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And as they just wrote, full profit. So big players at Wall Street are waiting to buy XRP. That was July 3rd. So now the big players on Wall Street they have the green light. They can buy in. This is their guess. XRP to surpass $1 before the end of August. So again, take this all with a grain of salt, but many grains of salt. But Coinbase will relist XRP. Don't make mistake to sell too early. Ripple IPO coming soon. And then the last one, next event, Sologenic license. Okay, so this is the thing that we're really waiting for. This is the equivalent of XRP and the SEC lawsuit with Sologenic. The thing that's going to pump Sologenic is this broker license. When they get their broker license in the United States, and I believe they've already had conversations with NASDAQ. Like I think NASDAQ has reported on them and things like that. So there's these kind of, relationships, or you could say even infiltrations, maybe Trojan horse energies happening. But that I think will bring Solo to its all-time highs, which previous Solo all-time high was $6. So let's see what it is right now, because the one we're looking at is relative to XRP. But yeah, even Solo is going up. Like Solo is not going down. Solo is up 20% today. So even though this looks like, oh no, Solo's dumping, um, it's because just XRP went up a lot more, but Solo still went up quite a bit. So yeah, I think this now paves the way for that brokerage license because they probably couldn't get the brokerage license while XRP, the ledger they were using, was still up in the air as far as the legal stance of it. So yeah, Tyler, Uphold has been glitchy all day. They made a post on Twitter saying that they were probably going to be having problems. Just so much demand right now. Like yeah, people are piling in. And Uphold is mainly retail investors. I wonder. I mean, I assume institutional investors are going to have their private corridors to go through that they're not going to need to use the exchanges. Um, but another interesting thing is that we talked about this maybe a year or so ago on my channel. The liquidity is drying up, meaning the exchanges only have a certain amount of XRP left. And I believe it's only in the couple billion range. I believe it's less than 10 billion, might be even less than 5 billion that is available, excuse me, available on the public exchanges. And that's 5 billion XRP, not dollars. Like I think Uphold has 1 billion XRP. I think they're one of the biggest holders of it. I think Coinbase has somewhere around there too, but Ripple is actually coming in. Ripple is buying XRP off of these secondary markets, which is bullish for Ascension. They're buying XRP off the secondary markets, you guys. That means they want it for a reason. They're not, when people who don't know what's really happening will say, oh, Ripple's selling XRP, they're scamming, they're dumping on their, communities. Ripple sells XRP to their private RippleNet, what do you call it, customers for like things like on-demand liquidity, ODL, their financial services for cross-border payments. But Ripple is buying, even though they're selling to those guys, they're not selling to like people like us. Like we can't go to Ripple and buy XRP. Only customers of RippleNet, not even institutional people, can go to Ripple and buy XRP. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's some backdoor thing, but like you have to be a member of RippleNet and be needing XRP for liquidity purposes. And they're selling it to those people, but they're buying it from the places that we're buying it. So that means that eventually there's not going to be any XRP left to buy, because when it's gone, it's gone. And it's a financial tool, which means it's going to be used for its utility, which means there's not going to be any left over for the average person, or it's going to be like, like Bitcoin, where like you buy like a fraction of a Bitcoin, right? Like, the average person is not able to buy a whole one Bitcoin, but XRP right now, obviously you can, but I think it'll be similar to that one day. Because these banks, these institutions, they're just going to buy it up, and it's not going to be on these platforms, I think, for too much longer. Now, this might be a couple years out. I'm not saying this is like a this month or this year kind of thing. Is my audio gone? Test, test. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat. Oh yeah, I can hear me out there. She's listening to me. Yes. Then we're good. So, okay, good. So I guess it's just on your end, Mario. If XRP hits $10, I'm turning into Oprah and giving away free cars, aka my Hot Wheels collection. There you go. That's awesome. It will hit $10. I have no doubt. When is the question? Yeah. I think if we continue this momentum, I think by the end of this year we could see $10, especially if we get more adoption. If we get more, you know, connections and partnerships and use cases, and then, you know, by proxy, institutions buying in or governments. Um, yeah. So get your Oprah. You win a car. You win a car. You win a car. You got to practice that. It's under your seat. Look under your seat. Free car. Schumann resonance still rising. Still rising. Thank you guys. Appreciate you letting me know. I'm gonna buy a ranch. I know. We were just at a ranch today and we were like, yeah, I could do this. Ranch life. Yes. Goat. You get a goat. You get a goat. Oh, I missed some? What did I miss? Oh, you're right. I did. I don't know how I missed that. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments. Oh, I missed a bunch. What the heck? I was just blabbering. Okay, let me go back. Thank you for letting me know. Here we go. Last year in July, August, there was a mega alignment in Taurus. Mars, Uranus, and the North Node aligned in Taurus, which created a nexus point to gradually unfold as other planets cross over. Last July, August. Interesting. Mars, Uranus, and North Node aligned. Yeah, don't watch porn, you guys. Don't watch porn. Just eats away at your brain. That's not good for you. Now that Jupiter is in Taurus, Jupiter is breaking the bank and wanting to release the fortune. Venus and Mars have recently squared the Taurus points, which further activates inevitable folding. Wow. Yeah, Jupiter in Taurus. That is like, yeah, that's like, I mean, you could articulate it way better than I can, but that's like the kingly expansion energy, right? Like Jupiter kind of represents abundance within itself, right? So I'm not 100% sure as far as how legally this stuff operates, because I'm not obviously like a lawyer. But I think summary judgment is out. I think all of it, I don't know, maybe there's more summary judgment, and I don't know if summary judgment constitutes the end of the case, but I think for all intents and purposes, yes, the case is over, but there might be like some still extra things that come out over the next couple days. Details, like, you know, maybe something like a new Ripple test, or I don't know, things like that. Although at this point, the Ripple test thing might not be plausible. Earlier, we were talking about how the Howey test is what they use to uh, determine what is a security and what is not, but it's a super old test based back when they were using oranges and orange groves as examples, like over 100 years ago. And so a lot of people were theorizing that this case would result in a new type of securities test, because cryptos are, you know, kind of blurring the lines of how this stuff works. And, you know, you got to update things with time. So maybe we'll get something like that. But I think for all major intents and purposes, the case is over. Yeah, and move it off of Uphold. If you guys have XRP on Uphold, I would get a wallet. What I use is the Decent wallet. I like that better than the Ledgers. You can get a Ledger though. But you don't even need to buy one. Just download the Zum wallet. And Mario, I think you still have access to Conscious Crypto. If you don't, let me know. I'll get you access to that. But this information's in there too. But you can set up a Zum wallet, XUMM, which is now changing to the Shaman wallet, the Zaman wallet, XAMAN, which is cool. But for now, it's still Zum. And that's a free XRP wallet for XRP only. You can also put Sologenic in there because it's built on XRP. But that's an app wallet on your phone, totally free, and it's going to give you the full sovereignty. So as soon as Uphold lets you, you can buy it in Zum too. So try Zum. That's a tip for you guys from the Conscious Crypto course. But you can buy XRP in the Zum wallet, though right now it might be clogged up just like Uphold is. I don't know how I missed all these comments earlier. All right. I think I got them all now. Let me check. I think it might just be their APIs, which is their, what is that? Automated price index or automated programming something. API is basically like the coding. It's basically the wallets sometimes are behind on what the current price is. So sometimes you'll see the old price from like a couple hours ago, and it's just because they're kind of slow to update it. It's not totally real time like you would see with the markets. But let me check mine and see if it's being all weird. Oh my gosh, I literally have a 589 in my balance. There's a 589. That's crazy. So many 589s. I've been seeing them so much. Mine looks pretty updated. Mine's showing 79 cents. So what is Crystal, what is yours showing? Some things are changing. All right, Mario says, in my predictions since 2018, I've been saying there will be crazy natural disasters and earthquakes, and it's been happening nonstop the past few years. Yeah. I know, it's like, where is the safest place to be right now? What do you guys think? Where is the safest place on the planet or in the United States for those that are here, but in general in the planet? Like, it's hard to say, but also maybe we shouldn't overthink these things. What's meant to be is meant to be. If there's crazy earth changes, and we all get washed away by a giant tsunami, then that's God's will, right? Like, I'm not going to try to run from God's plan, but I do want to, at the same time, like, proactively protect and prepare myself and my family for things like that. So I wonder, what do you guys think? Where's the safest place? The safest place is where you are guided. Trust your higher self and the divine plan. There you go. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been seeing him. He's on Twitter. He's doing all these interviews and Twitter Spaces and all this stuff. It's actually, like, I'm surprised, like, arguably even more articulate than before this whole shenanigans happened with January 6th. Like, I kind of expected him to be a little, like, kind of lower energy and defeated after being in prison for years, but he's strong. Like, he's got vibrance to him. Jupiter is the planet of luck, fortune, higher education, religion, philosophy, politics, long distance travel, and much more. Yeah. That's what it feels like XRP is to me, like that kind of Jupiter energy and how the luck and fortune affects the education, the religion, philosophy, travel, grid working, all that kind of stuff. Get on it, bro. Don't wait until it's too late. Shaman wallet. Yeah, try out Zum. You'll have to do, like the identity check and everything still, but it might work better than Uphold. Yeah. Let me know how you get there. Yeah. Should we just all go to Cheyenne Mountain? I know Tyler went there recently. Tyler, maybe you have a foot in the door with them now, and you can get us a like luxury room in the Cheyenne Mountain uh hotel complex, vacation complex. They've got one of those, right? That's possible. That's probably why. Yeah, uh I wouldn't worry about your actual assets in there if it's just the price that's not right. That's just a connection thing. Your money is still there. I mean, I'm assuming it is. Truth. Truth. How funny. On what basis? I think I told you this before, but for those that haven't heard it, when I was in St. Louis, um, I had this like vision of it being like this Babylon, like it was Babylon in the United States or something like that. And I saw like giants. I don't know if it's Anunnaki, Nephilim, maybe all of the above. Um, but I just got this really strong download that like St. Louis in particular was America's Babylon in some way. And I know especially there's a lot of weird stuff there. You've told me pretty much everything I know about everything going on in St. Louis. Um, but yeah, portals and potential stargates and tunnels and all this stuff. Speaking of tunnels, for those of you that are into this kind of stuff, which I think is most of you here right now, go watch the most recent episode of Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, and I'll pull it up. History Channel is now officially disclosing the secret military bases in Sedona, Arizona. They have this episode you can go watch for free at Bradshaw Ranch in just type in Beyond Skinwalker Ranch into your search bar and this will come up. They literally talk all about these secret military bases in Sedona under Secret Canyon, Secret Mountain. Everyone in Sedona knows about this pretty much. Like I literally talked to so many people, including a friend of mine's mom who had an experience out there where people are out there hiking, nighttime or some weird time. They go off trail and they come across some guys in machine guns in Secret Canyon in Sedona, or a helicopter and like an Apache or a Black Hawk just comes out of the bushes out of nowhere and like tells them like turn around on a megaphone or something like that. So many stories of that in Sedona. Like they're everywhere. And they revealed all of that on this show. And then they literally took a drone and scanned underground tunnels with like a magnetometer or something. They literally found the tunnel running through Bradshaw Ranch to Secret Mountain and to this cement plant that this dumb is connected to. And of course, like we have tunnels underground everywhere in the United States, but Sedona has a lot of them going to the Grand Canyon, all these things. Lots of that kind of stuff. So the fact that not only was History Channel disclosing this, and they had the clearance from the military I'm assuming because they're on there going, "This is a military base," and then they're shining lasers at it. They're shining these super high power lasers into where they think the military base is, and they're like, "We're gonna poke the hornet's nest and see what happens." And I'm like, there is no way in hell the military is gonna allow you to do this unless they signed off on this explicitly. Like, this isn't something that they would just allow to happen. This program would be canceled, right? So this is like an authorized disclosure of this. And in addition to that, the city of Sedona is validating this. Literally, the city of Sedona is promoting this exact episode. So the city of Sedona is promoting an episode on a History Channel series that exposes the military bases in Sedona. So something's changing, right? The fact that they're putting this out on TV, that the city council and everyone is like promoting this show, something's happening. Oh, I'm I'm falling behind on comments. Okay. Regarding Cheyenne Mountain, yeah. You didn't get like a VIP pass or something like that? The Appalachian Mountains are the oldest mountains in the world, and the trees here emit a particle gas that builds a protective shield from harmful UV. Whoa. That's crazy. I didn't realize that that was the area. Like, I know that Appalachian Mountains are in that area, but I didn't realize, yeah, that's crazy. Wow. I've been getting a lot of synchronicities about the Appalachians lately. Appalachias. Appalachias? Yeah. Balls. Oh, yeah, yeah. We went to the Blue Ridge Mountains. Okay, so Blue Ridge Mountains are the Appalachians. I'm very unfamiliar with like East Coast geography. But we were in the Blue Ridge Mountains last year when we went to the Luray Caverns, which was like crazy, you guys. I never posted about that, but I have pictures from in there. There was heavy reptilian vibes in these tunnels. Literally, there's like this tunnel in the cave that like just goes down and it's pitch black and it's like something that something human size could just crawl out of. And then they had this like it was like this throne room in the cave in the Luray Caverns that they called it was literally some very reptilian sounding name. It was like it sounded like parcel tongue from Harry Potter. It was like Hasatha or something weird throne. So it was like it felt like reptilian throne vibes is what they were putting out there. Anyways, it was beautiful though. I really enjoyed it, but there was interesting energies in those Luray caverns, and they looked very similar to the caverns that you went to recently. Although I will say there was also a creepy vibe in the hills. Like it was beautiful, but some of the forests on the East Coast, I feel like it must just be because of the amount of history that has occurred there, and especially during the settlers' time compared to like the West Coast. But I feel like a lot more of the forests have like stuck spirits and stuff that need to be cleared out, which is probably why a lot of people are being called there. A lot of light workers are being called to the East Coast, especially like North Carolina and stuff, because like to clear out the dense energies and restore the natural light vibrations to the area. That makes sense to me. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't even see your comment, but that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we 80 cents. It got up to like 92, I think, for a second. Let's see, that's so low. Let's check XRP. Yeah, 92.7. So if I had to guess, we didn't get immediately rejected. So if I had to guess, we're going to do a little back and forth like we did here, and then we'll probably break out again. And then we'll probably go past the dollar, and then we'll see what happens. Yes, 100%, dude. Yeah, and and what you and I'm going to do a video about this, but in the show, they draw the line that I was telling you about where they found the tunnel and they basically expand that line. I went on Google Earth and I basically laid that line over the map myself to see where it would go. It goes directly behind the enchantment resort. So it goes basically from the cement plant, which is where the, like, I'm assuming where they make the cement to build the tunnels, from the cement plant through and underneath Bradshaw Ranch, then through and underneath Enchantment Resort, which there's been countless reports of huge military convoys going to the Enchantment Resort in Sedona and then just disappearing. Like there's reports from people that live in the area of like 1 a.m. in the morning, 100+ military cars driving back there, and it's like a remote area, and then just never coming out. Like, where did they go? Right. And then there's reports of people seeing like semi trucks driving into a warehouse and then they're gone. Like there's like some kind of elevator or something. A lot of weird stuff in that area. But it seems now that there's authorization to some degree to disclose it because they freaking put it on History Channel and the city of Sedona is now promoting it, which blows my mind. Wow. Dang. That aurora though, right? That aurora is supposed to be hitting us like is that supposed to be like this weekend with the 17 states? 17? It is interesting to see that there's almost always a correlation between the crypto markets and and the solar flare activity and the Schumann resonance and the geomagnetic fields and like all the space weather seems to be related to the markets. And I would guess it's obviously probably not from the markets directly, but from our consciousness and us being the kind of intermediary between all these things and co-creating this reality as we create it. Yeah. The Boom Shining the Light talks a lot about the underground of Sedona. Oh, I've never heard of that. Oh, the book Shining the Light. Fascinating. I am gonna look that up and write it down. That's great because I've been looking for more information. Thank you for sharing that. I found most of my info on it from like anecdotal reports and stuff and like forums and things like that of people that live near the area. And I mean, when we lived there too, we saw like, I mean, we knew, like everyone knows, like you can feel it. There's literally Black Hawk helicopters flying over the city in squadrons of 4, 5, 6 every day. They land at the local airport, but most of the town also seems to like not notice. Cause I would talk to people and be like, you notice like all the Black Hawk and Apache helicopters flying over every day, especially during Mr. T's presidency. People are like, oh no, I didn't notice that. Other people see it, but majority of people like, I don't know, maybe they're consciously cloaked or there's some kind of hypnosis going on or something. But there was heavy military activity in Sedona. And I think they passed it off as like it's like I actually have a college roommate, old college roommate friend who is now a Black Hawk pilot for the Air Force. And he landed in Sedona and he always gave me so much like shit for being a conspiracy theorist in college. He was like the most anti-conspiracy theorist, like everything is what they say it is kind of person. Though I'm assuming now that he's in the Air Force, he's probably being exposed to some things that are stretching his imagination. But he told me that they stopped there as a gas fill up and also as just like a stop. But there's so much more than that. Like that's, even if that's the case for the majority of the Blackhawks going through, it's a cover because like in all these private testimonies, people are seeing them come out of like Secret Canyon and the forest area. Like they fly up out of a canyon. Like they're not just like cruising over like the ones that I was talking about. But yeah, thank you for sharing that, dude. I'm gonna check that out. You work for the Boring Company? That's so cool. I mean, how boring. No, I'm just kidding. That's dope. I want to go back to your mountains. Yes, they were beautiful. Yes. Yes. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I wonder, like, with this, like, that makes sense with like the whistleblowers, but like with the Sedona thing with History Channel and all that, it wasn't like they didn't have like a whistleblower, but they did have a CIA, ex CIA agent who uh I've been seeing him making the rounds on a lot of like podcasts and stuff lately, which is interesting. But they had this ex CIA agent, and he was like giving his interpretation. He's like, my experience in the intelligence agency tells me they're hiding something in that mountain, in secret mountain. Oh, really? It took your CIA intelligence skills to figure out that secret mountain has a secret base in it. um, but yeah, it was like there wasn't an explicit whistleblower, which was interesting. It's more like it was this like general narrative that they were all developing together. And then part of what was in that show too, which again I urge you guys go check out because it's very interesting. They beam they receive this signal on a 1.6 gigahertz frequency, and apparently 1.6 gigahertz is a military only frequency for uh communication between space and the ground, which I never heard before. I don't know, maybe have you heard that before, Tyler? 1.6 gigahertz exclusive military frequency from space to ground, and they were getting this beamed back at them when they were shooting these lasers at the base, and then they just shot them in space. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Why are you just shooting lasers in space? It felt pretty archaic. Like they're like, yeah, if we beam these lasers into space, we see UAPs. Okay. But they were hearing themselves, so they were receiving a transmission in this frequency that was literally a reverb echo of everything they were saying. Like they were being listened to and then sent back the feed of their recording to let them know that they were being listened to. But at the same time, this is all like pre-planned because obviously the military, like I said, is not going to allow these people to come in and do all this without their permission. So it was strange. It was very, very strange. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't actually know that before. I heard a recent podcast about like feral people living in the Appalachian Mountains, and like I guess it came from this like rumor that there was in the Great Depression, um there was like a group of people who decided, okay, we're going to go live in the forest and not, die of the Great Depression, and we're going to go live off the land and all this. And the rumor is that they became like more and more feral and like grew hair and like all this stuff over the years, which I wonder if humans are the same way as pigs and hogs with that, where if we were to just start being, quote unquote feral, if like pigs, within one generation, I think, yeah, like even the same pig, if introduced, I think to the wild, will start turning into a boar, but definitely its offspring will be a boar instead of a pig. And I feel like pigs are a weird like hybrid Atlantean experiment from humans. So, we have obviously like crazy amounts of DNA in common with them. And then all these ancient religions say don't eat pigs. It's unclean. It's not right. Um, Borderline cannibalism, maybe. But yeah, I wonder if like humans are similar and if that's what they're talking about. Or maybe it's Sasquatch. Maybe people are encountering Sasquatch in the Appalachian Mountains because those are definitely there, I would think. We need to. We need to for sure. Oh, in the cavern. Yes, yes. Yep. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah. They was all children, like super underage children. Like weird. Very weird. That was at the Luray Caverns. The year of the whistleblower. I could see it. The 15th. Okay, so we got like 2 more days. All right. Oh, wow. Ooh, thunderstorms. We're supposed to get thunderstorms in Arizona this week too. Literally, my weather app says it's supposed to be 117 degrees with humid thunderstorms. Oh my God. Pray. And at one point it said 122, but gratefully that changed. I've noticed the weather here on the weather app is not very accurate. It went from like 122 prediction to like 115 in like a day, and then down to like 107, and then now it's back up to like 117. So we'll see. Dude, when I was dealing with my brain tumors, I was telling my doctor that I keep hearing things in my head. She was like, "Okay, like people are listening in on you." What? That is a weird ass thing for a doctor to say. I'm surprised she didn't go to like the schizophrenic, like, let's put you on meds kind of thing. That seems like that would be their goal. But people listening in on you, like, I'm shocked that they would, yeah, that is very Agent E vibes for sure. Handler vibes. I'm so glad you got through that, man. I'm so glad. Chicago. Oh, now I have the song Chicago from the Little Sunshine movie from I don't remember the artist. But that song, there's a song Chicago from the movie Little Miss Sunshine. Now you got it stuck in my head. But it's a great song, so I don't mind. Dr. Fawn Wolf. That you mean like a wolf in sheep's clothing? Oh wait, is a fawn a deer? A deer? Wait, a wolf in deer clothing. That's what I meant to say. Took me a couple seconds. Cades, coves, and smoky Appalachians has rumors of underground tunnel system. Natural or military? Because definitely natural, right? So like military on top of that, I would assume that would make sense. Right? I had never heard about it either. And they put it in the show. I'm like, all right, disclosing some stuff. He kept calling it a privileged military co-op only frequency. It was a frequency that only the military could co-op and no normal signals transmitted on. I have not, but I've been hearing that there are weird things going on in the theaters, particularly at AMC theaters. I saw on Twitter dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people saying the AC was not working. It was super hot. They kept the lights on for the whole movie. Some people talked about them having to like pause the movie and rewind it and then fast forward it again. Like they're doing everything they can to make it an uncomfortable experience so that you leave the theater. Um, I've also heard theories that like, it's kind of a psyop within itself that the movie is like, that it I haven't seen it obviously, but I heard people say that it exposes the trafficking, but it doesn't even cover that it's happening in the United States, that they make it seem like it's only happening in South America, like it's a South American only problem. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard about it. I do want to go see it. Um, we'll see. Yeah. At some point I'll see it for sure. Maybe I'll wait till it's like able to stream it. I don't really like going to theaters. Yeah. It's interesting too. That's a synchronistic number. I was just watching playing and watching a Halo thing, and the Halo Master Chief's number is 117. Funny enough. Honestly, when it's dry out here, which is most of the time when the monsoons aren't here, 108 doesn't feel that bad. Like, I can sit out in the sun in 108 degrees and tan, and, like, I've been doing that every day, and I haven't gotten sunburned once. I think that's also because of my diet. I've been super clean diet lately, not eating any processed foods. I don't do sunscreen. I don't cheat and eat, like, processed foods ever. Also, I don't wear sunglasses. All of those things I think contribute to sunburns. So I'm able to sit out in like 108-degree weather, not for more than maybe like an hour at the most. Um, like obviously, if I feel my skin is like actually burning, then I'll go inside. But I haven't even gotten like an accidental burn. But anyway, like 108 in dry weather doesn't feel that bad. But 92 in super humid weather, I feel like could be arguably worse, like hotter feeling. Um, like whether it's Florida or like uh, you know, Mexico, Tulum, the jungle near the equator, Hawaii. Um, I wonder if there's like almost like a chart of equivalence. Like, okay, like 105 in a dry heat feels like 95 in a humid heat or something like that. They tries the schizophrenic thing on me, but I was like, nah, bitch, I know who I is. Yeah, those were some crazy years. Yeah, man. That's that's nuts. I can't believe she said that to you. That's crazy. Tommy True TV. I don't think I've seen that before. I was just in like a train of thought. That's why I kind of zoned out for a sec. Um, yeah, I've been hearing people saying both sides. Like, it's people seem pretty divided over it, honestly, which is interesting. Oh, well, then there you go. I don't know what people were talking about that I saw then when they were like, those people were probably just complaining. They're just probably complaining that the plot mostly took place in South America or whatever. But if they say that, then yeah. I mean, I feel like it is. I mean, even if I know some of the theories are like, oh, where's the money going? Like, are the producers associated with shady groups and things like that? But I saw other people say, like, you know what? It doesn't matter if they are. It doesn't matter where the money's going because the impact the movie itself had is changing already. But then I've heard other people say, like it almost like we don't need to. Like, some people are like, I already know how bad it is. I don't want to like feel anymore how bad it is. But I think this movie is also more for people that don't know how bad it is rather than the people who like do know how bad it is. I still want to see it. Yeah, I mean, you got a point, right? And maybe this is the stepping stone, right? Like, if they were to straight come out with that, there could be some trouble, some backlash. But baby steps is maybe the wiser way to go with this kind of disclosure. That is wild. Yes, that is crazy. That's impressive. Oh, my right ear is ringing when I thought I'm hungry. Guess I need to eat soon. Yep, totally agree with you. We are one. Yeah. Yep. But how many people with their heads in the sand are actually going to go see it? That's the thing. Is it preaching to the choir? I think it's probably like I'm guessing that the most catalyzed audience by this are the ones who know a little bit and they're like, "Oh, I want to go see that," but they don't know the extent of it. Like, maybe they don't know about Adreno, that stuff, but they know, about the trafficking, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go see it. And then it like red pills them. I could see that. Oh, 84. Yeah, we're going up. We're going up. Back up. Oh, this one says 82, but Fiat Leak says 84. That's a pretty big difference. Here's a fun tip. There's something called arbitrage. Arbitrage trading is when people take the differences in markets and capitalize on them. So in this case, Fiat Leak is not an actual exchange. But if this was a real exchange and that was the real price on the exchange, 84 cents, you could come onto BitTrue, buy it at 83 cents, then come over to the 84-cent one and sell it for a little bit of a profit. That only works with exchanges. That's not the case for wallets and stuff. And I don't recommend doing this. This is not something, this is like what robots do. This is like something that they program trading bots to do like instantly. I don't think humans could compete with bots in arbitrage trading. But that's how markets stay synchronized, is with these arbitrage bots. And if you know coding, actually, if you know coding, reach out to me about that, because that's something I've wanted to do, is set up an arbitrage bot. I have the knowledge on the markets side of it and the crypto side of it, but I don't have the knowledge on the coding side of it. So if you know how to code and you're pretty good at it and you are confident you could like code a trading bot, then reach out to me, and I think we can make some money together. Sold out, huh? That's shocking. Do you guys think California is going to actually flip red? Or I guess that doesn't matter, because that's all perception. For those of you in California right now, do you feel like, how do you feel like the direction of California is going? Because I miss California, but I don't like the sociopolitics of it. But I miss the land. I miss a lot of the people. Just the areas, like especially the coastal regions, central and northern, even like San Diego, but I'm also nervous about like, I'm a little nervous, but like I got family out there, so I feel somewhat called to go to California again, but also like I felt good getting out of California. So I'm a little conflicted on that. Oh, whoa. Now, is this the Mel Gibson trilogy, or is that a totally different thing? Uh that's very possible. Yeah, that's a good idea, honestly. Although I have a hesitancy with using ChatGPT now. I was using it before, but now I'm like, but yeah, it could do that. The book of parable of sower is an accurate prediction of California today. I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to look that up. It's two books to look up. Shining the Light and, oh yeah. Oh, okay. It's from the Bible. Gotcha. I will look into that. In California, huh? That's good. What part? Southern, central, northern? I'm guessing more southern, right? I feel like there's a lot of T supporters in like Huntington Beach area, especially San Diego. Huntington Beach it seems like they're always out there like having rallies and stuff on the beach, which is dope. Yeah. Yeah. LA for sure is like, yeah, it's tough. I've had multiple friends, actually. Both Mario and Matthew moved out of LA, and I'm sure there's probably a couple other people in here too that used to live in LA. 12:45. Okay. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. So I have to run soon because I'm doing this interview with my friend Daniel on Shred the Veil, Infinite TV. Infinite TV is totally free. So when that comes out, I will post that so you guys can check it out. So yeah, I'm going to go grab a bite to eat. My stomach is grumbling. Get a little more energy, prepare for that. And maybe I'll jump back on later today, like either later today or maybe tomorrow or something if things are looking fun and good time to chat. This is so much fun, guys. Like it was so great to see all of you here. Shout out to all the friends that came to hang out and chat, and we have an abundant future ahead of us, guys. I'm super excited for everything that we're going to be co-creating and the level of abundance and sovereignty and freedom that's coming in for us. And if you want to be a part of this and you're like, I don't know what to do, like help me. I feel the call, but like I don't know how to buy crypto. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. That's what my Conscious Crypto Academy is for. So link is down in the description. It should be there, consciouscrypto.info. You can check out my website and I have a free training on there, but I've also got an application that you can apply to join the Conscious Crypto Academy. So in that academy, we go over everything you need to know from complete beginner or, moderate beginner, even more advanced people. It's helpful too, because it fills in a lot of the details that you might have missed in the beginning. We start with a lot of the conceptual stuff, the fundamentals, definitions. We talk about the technology, really breaking down how the tech is different behind things like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, why I'm a bigger fan of XRP than anything else from a technology perspective. We go into the consciousness of it, the spirituality, we connect it to the God consciousness, the evolution of the planet right now. And then of course we get into the technicals of the tutorials of how to actually do everything. So we'll show you how to buy, how to sell, if you want to sell. I wouldn't sell, but if you want to sell, that option's there. How to set up a private wallet, which is the most important thing in crypto, that you have it on a private wallet. So if you guys don't have that yet, set up a Zum wallet. It's free. Buy a decent wallet. They're like 120 bucks online. Go to their website. Don't buy it off Amazon directly, but their website may send you to Amazon. That's okay. But go to their website first so you know it's the right Amazon link. Never buy a hardware wallet searched on Amazon, because a lot of times you'll get third-party distributors that have tampered with the device and already taken the keys, and then they can steal your crypto once you get the device and put your crypto on it. So always make sure you go to the official website. If the official website takes you to Amazon, then that's okay. But yeah, Conscious Crypto Academy. Fill out the application down below. Just a couple questions. You'll book a free call with me. We'll jump on Zoom for like half an hour, 45 minutes, talk about where you're at, what your goals are, see if I can actually be of service to you. And then if it feels like a good fit, then we'll get you all logged in. We'll enroll you. And we are just actually about to start our first coaching call. We started a week late. We're supposed to start last week, but we had some complications come up. So we'll be starting this week, this Sunday, and you can get in on it. So you won't really have missed anything at all. And you'll get instant access to the course, those weekly coaching calls in the Zoom with me, with Joel, who's my assistant coach, Angelito. He's not in here right now because he's working, but he's usually in the chat. And Jaff is usually in there too, and a handful of other fun people. So we'll answer any question you guys have on those Zoom calls. That's where we can go over stuff, face to face. And then we've got a private Telegram group, and that's where we do all of our networking. We're preparing for the future. We're really creating the network that I think is going to be really important for moving into this new era and being able to take advantage, not take advantage, take, what's the right way to put it? Like, to be able to tap into each other's social network. Take advantage would be like the old words, but that's not the right vibration. To tap in and utilize our collective network across the planet internationally. We have people from Australia, people from the UK, Mexico, Canada, of course, the US, Europe, all over the world. And when this really goes full steam, that's when having our international network is going to really be of value, because we're going to be able to use, each other's resources and knowledge and wisdom and experience and come together and co-create some really epic stuff. So that's really like the main goal of Conscious Crypto. It's not about buying Lambos. It's not about buying a mansion. Go ahead, buy a mansion, buy a ranch, buy a Lambo if you want, right? But it's really about the service that we're going to be providing to the planet and to the people, and the shift that we're going to be able to make with this wealth. So if that resonates with you, go to my website down below, consciouscrypto.info, check it out, book a call with me, and we'll get you in Conscious Crypto. Peace, everyone. Much love. Yeah, LA is. We'll go through the comments real quick, and then we'll take off. Yeah, San Diego is. Yeah, I know. I didn't live there, but I've been there quite a few times growing up, and yeah, it's beautiful. Love you, love you, love you. Till next time. Much love, everyone. All right, you guys. Much love. Have a great rest of your day. Ride the wave of excitement. Let it fill your body with light and love and like inspiration for what we're going to be able to create in the future. Peace out, guys.